Hey, what is up guys? It is Emperor or Anthony, and today I'm going to be filming a video on how to stop losing arena points and get the Champion League fast. Number 1 is your drop spot. If you guys need help picking your drop spot, I have a video of top 10 landing spots in arena and cash cups, which will be linked below. There is no need to go to a popular spot. You will most likely not make it out alive since there's so much fighting back and forth that you will get caught up in it and die. So pick a spot around the map that is not a named location, can get you enough loot to play the game, and has a nice rotation and loot. The next tip is to avoid beginning and mid game fighting. You never want to die early or mid game in arena because usually at that time you do not have a lot of points, and once your division goes up, your bus fee goes up, so that also means you're going negative if you die early to mid game. You always want to try and play mid game as kind of just a passive and loot up. You want to try and get materials, get to zone, find a spot, and you'll be good. And if you do see someone walking around, I would recommend not to shoot them and just wait till end game. End game, there's usually 30 to 20 people left in champion division, so that is tons of kills that you can get, and that is tons of placement points that you can get as long as you stay alive, because placement doesn't start early in this game. Since there's so many people left mid game, you have to wait till end game to get any placement points. The next tip is to rotate first at end game. Every time next zone comes in, always try and be first to rotate. If that includes using a launch pad, tunneling, any strategy that you have to rotate to zone is what you need to focus on. Don't focus on getting kills during your rotation, because that can get you caught in the way of all the other fights that are going on. Since it's end game, it's a tight circle with tons of people left, not like an average game when there's a couple people left. They could be 10 to 20 and 30 plus in an end game. So you always have to be watching your surroundings, because people will sneak up in your box in any second, and especially watch out for heavy snipes. Heavy snipes is a 1 tap to the head and 150 to the body. So that can be an instant death if you get hit. So always try and box up. The next tip on the list is pre-fight damage. What I mean by this is if you hit someone with an AR or some type of long distance weapon and break their shield or get them super low, which then makes them heal, that's the best time to W key. If you get those beginning shots off and break their shield and get them low, then you know that your opponent is low and you know that you have more health than him and you have more of a chance of winning. That's when you want to W key. You never want to just run into a fight just because you see someone running. You want to try and get those long distance shots, keep your distance from him. If you get those shots off, then you want to go ramp to them. Then you want to box fight them, something like that, because you know you have an advantage on them. And if you do get the pre-damage off, you never want to try and give them time to heal. Keep spraying their box. They will most likely box up and build a 1x1. You want to keep spraying their walls, which makes it so they have to build and they can't heal. Pop shield, minis, bandages, medkits, anything like that. You always want to keep your opponent at a low HP so you have the advantage on them. The next tip on the list is to always try and keep control of the fight. If there's someone build fighting you, just drop down and box. There's no reason for you to have a huge build fight in arena. Number one, it just wastes mats. It brings more attention to that fight, and there's more of a chance you will lose that, because the kids that are build fighting in arena usually play creative for hours and hours and hours a day, and they're creative warriors, so they know how to build fight. The best thing to do in that type of situation is drop down, camp a box, let them come to you. If they don't come to you, then to try and rotate out of the area without taking damage. That saves you from taking the chances of dying, and if they do drop down and try and take your box, then you should know how to play that. You should always be practicing box fighting, if that's with your friends or just an hour in creative each day. In the description below, I will put some box fight maps that you guys can go practice in creative with your friends or by yourself. So check that out if you're looking for some creative box fight maps. And while you're down there, drop a sub if you enjoyed the video so far. And the next tip is to learn your strengths. What I mean by this is learn what you're super good at. And if that's either by playing creative and fighting with friends to see what your strengths are, then do that. Or if that's in going in solo games or duo games or squad games and fighting, that will bring out your strengths, and then that's how you know what to use in arena. When you're in a fight in arena, after you find your strengths, you want to use that against your opponent, so then you have an advantage on them and you'll feel confident since you know that you already have a strength in one ability. The next thing on the list is to play hype nights and public games. Play those as practice or as warm-ups before you get straight into arena. Don't just come off Fortnite right in the day and start playing arena, because you won't be warmed up or anything like that. You need to warm up by playing hype nights, if there's hype nights running at the time, or just regular public matches. That could be solos, duos, squads, anything to get you just prepared for arena, or even creative fill, which could help. Thank you guys so much for watching. If this helped you guys at all, I would appreciate it if you can sub and like. And share with your other friends too that play Fortnite. Maybe this can help them get their points up in arena. I hope this helps you guys get your points up in arena and get to a high division. In the description is my Instagram, my Twitter, and codes for creative maps. If you guys would like to practice box fighting and stuff like that, there's codes down in the description. Go check that out if interested. Peace out, guys.